go in, people are a little nervous. That's how it is. So, that's the best explanation I've had. Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, when I come to do something, it's like, Mom already told us. Society. Yeah. It's possible. Yeah. Brett Favre will, retire. Yeah. So, how have things been? Yeah. How many years have you been there now? Wow. Yeah. So you got your own personal shrine in there? Yes. Do you have a cubicle or a desk? Oh, you do? Okay. That's great. So you're like one of the big ones without any hair. Yeah. That's where you gotta be right now. Maybe something that sticks like straight up, like whenever the old kid would play hair. Get one of those. Yeah. No, no, purple hair, man. It's like Lady Glittersmart. It's an actual character in Trolls. Did you watch it? Okay. Yeah. She puts a wig on that's composed of all troll hair, and she turns from this girl into Lady Glittersmart. And maybe that is what you should. When people ask you, hey, who are you? Lady Glittersmart. Yeah. So aside from that, Laura's been working at MG&E. I've been for the last 6 years been running Trinity Environmental School. So I'm doing a lot more in the lower income, like WIDA, like these projects that are multifamily where they have to get, well, they don't have to, but they say they're going to do a certain number of green things, and if they get all those things done, then they get a 9% tax credit on their projects, which can be pretty big because a lot of these are $1 million projects. So this last week I was up in Centurion, Wisconsin, which is up past Eau Claire, up past Tech here. So that was a little something different. I ended up renting a car. I have a family member, a cousin that works at Enterprise, so it was just like $45. Some of these newer cars now, like 22 or so, where you have when you put it on, what is it, cruise, and it'll actually keep you a certain distance away from the car ahead of you, where you can say either 5 feet, 10 feet, or 20 feet, and it'll, as you get closer to them, it'll slow you down, it'll speed it up, to me. So if you run into people that are doing 65 and you got cruising at 80, it'll slow down
Good morning. We welcome all of you here on this day of celebration, this day in which we let our soul shine, just like the sun is shining outside. So if you are joining us on live stream, we welcome you. Please know that this is a place indeed that welcomes you as the creation of God that you are. No matter who you are, no matter where you are on your spiritual path, you are welcome here with us. Let's stand and sing.
I'm gonna let it shine, this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I'm not gonna hide it, no, I'm gonna let it shine. I'm not gonna hide it, no, I'm gonna let it shine. I'm not gonna hide it, no, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. No matter what people say, I'm gonna let it shine. No matter what people say, I'm gonna let it shine. No matter what people say, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Every day in every way, I'm gonna let it shine. Every day in every way, I'm gonna let it shine. And every day in every way, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, 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 let it shine.
And if one of our children would bring up our prayer box this morning. Yay, Penny. Uh-oh. Thank you, darling. Thank you, Penny. Thank you, Penny. And we'll begin our time together this morning with our prayer by our prayer chaplain, also remembering all those who've asked us to pray with them and for them. And our prayer chaplain today is Kari Hen. Thank you.
Good morning. Good to see all of you. So let's take a nice relaxed breath. Let's breathe all the way out and let the air flow in naturally. And as we breathe out gently, center in our hearts and connect more strongly with the divine and the divine power and strength within. Our talk today is about taking off your mask and being your true self. At our core, our essence is love. So let's breathe in love from everywhere. And breathe out love to everywhere. And again, breathe in love from everywhere. and breathe out love to everywhere. And as the U.S. presidential election draws closer, let's affirm peace and unity from the love that we are. In an article from the Unity booklet called The Comfort of Prayer, it states, "I hold the world in a vision of harmony and peace. I am one with the world around me. Every man is my brother, every woman my sister. We are one in God. In this state, I imagine holding hands, embracing arms, and walking together on earth. I hold this image in love with the world as I pray." And as we move through our week, let's continue to hold our world in love. We know that we can make the choice to be our true, authentic selves, holding the high watch for our nation. And for all the many blessings in our lives, we say thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is, and so it shall be. Amen.
And Kate Ford, who is our youth and family minister, do we have someone to read our affirmation today? No, that's okay. No worries. So, Kate, if you would come forward and share with us what the kiddos are going to do today before we send them on their way.
Morning. So today we're going to learn. Is this on? Yes. We're going to learn about Samhain. Am I pronouncing that right? Okay. Samhain, and a little bit about the history of Halloween, and then we're going to talk about which unity powers we feel we are connected to through our ancestors, and we might all share some stories too.
And I want to just take a minute to here and thank this wonderful woman. She has and continues to bring such creativity and just resolute resilience and persistence to this program. And we're beginning to see the fruits of that. And we are so grateful for you. We're so, so grateful. Thank you for the trunk or treat. Thank you for all these wonderful things that you do with children. She runs like a one-room schoolhouse, so she's got children of all ages, and so she's learning how to and does a wonderful job of just balancing all that. So we are so grateful. Yeah, thank you. So let's bless Kate and bless our children, and then we'll sing them on their way. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ you are. And let's sing, we are walking as the light. And now let's stand and greet one another.
Because
remain standing.
I am free, I am unlimited, there are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited, right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited, there are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited, right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited, there are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited, right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited, there are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited, right now, right now.
Good morning. I get to be the third person to greet you this morning. Okay. I'm Carol Harm. I'm your celebration assistant for today. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Unity of Madison is an inclusive spiritual community that welcomes people of all faiths and backgrounds. If you would like to know more about Unity of Madison, there are information packets in the foyer and actually on the back table too. If you're online, you can request a welcome packet through the website or send an email to the address on the screen. And thank you all for joining us today. On Sunday, November 3rd, we ask you to bring photos of loved ones who have passed for a special service of remembrance. We'll set up an altar in the front for your photos, which we ask you to place on the table before the service begins. So that is actually next Sunday. Wow. Can you believe it's going to be November? Okay. A nonpartisan prayer vigil will be held on election night, Tuesday, November 5th, from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. in the sanctuary. Let us join together as we hold the high watch for our nation. If you have any questions, please contact Mary Lynn Mell, our prayer chaplain lead, via the church office. Also, mark your calendars to join us for a wonderful evening of entertainment and fellowship on the following Saturday, November 9th, at 6:30 for the Unity of Madison Talent Show. Are you ready to share your unique talent with your Unity brothers and sisters? If so, the sign-up sheet is in the foyer, or you can contact the office to participate. We're looking for a variety of acts, so your talent need not be musical. However, we ask that you keep your act to 5 minutes or less. The final date to set up is November, for those of you who just don't know when to stop talking. I heard that laugh over there, Cam. The talent show is all about community building, so let's have a large turnout. And we've had them many years ago in the past, and they were a lot of fun. So, on Sunday, November 10th, the next day, the Board of Trustees and Bylaws team invite you to attend a brief special meeting in the sanctuary immediately following the service. Yeah, very exciting. We wanted to keep it really short. So they'll be presenting changes to the Unity bylaws for voting members to approve. In order to keep the meeting on track and timely, we ask that members planning to attend review the bylaws and the proposed amendments in advance of the meeting, so we can keep it really short. Copies are on the table in the foyer. If you have any questions regarding the changes, please email your questions no later than Thursday, October 31st, that's this coming Thursday, to Halloween, to office@unityofmadison.org. We appreciate your interest and hope to see you there. Okay, registration is now closed for the Unity Women's Retreat. If you're still interested, please contact the office and your name will be added to the wait list, because there's always times when somebody has something come up and they can't make it. Our thank you for this week is to John Panuska and Ron Ruzika for all the wonderful work they do in maintaining everything building related for all of us. So I say let's give them a hand. If you would like prayer support from our prayer chaplain, Kari Hen, we'll be honored to pray with you today after the service in the prayer corner, or you can leave a prayer request in the prayer box right down there. We also invite you to receive one of the prayer shawls in the cabinet near the prayer corner. These are made by our prayer shawl ministry team and represent the power of love and prayer to enfold you in peace and comfort. And now please join me in affirming our affirmation for unity of Madison. We celebrate a world transformed by love as we create a radiating center of inspiration, connection, and sacred service. And now let's just settle in for our reading of the daily word. And the word for today is loving. To be loving means to be kind, understanding, and generous. It means forgiving grievances. I think this is the wrong Sunday. That was last Sunday. Then book never got flipped. Okay, here we go. The word for today is creative. I was creative enough to recognize I was staring at the wrong date. Stunning visual arts, inspirational music, and a brilliant performance, these are all lovely examples of creativity, but they are by no means the only ones. Creativity is the very nature of life, from the most soaring, soul-inspiring instance to the most mundane moments that fill daily life, creative acts abound. Creative activities are prayers in action, a continuation of divine activity in its infinite manifestations. Living is a creative act. It's the way I am in the world, the way I love, and the way I relate to all others. Understanding it in this way, I see how I am using my thoughts and feelings and imagination to create my experiences. I bring my divine gifts to life through my creativity. And the scripture reading for today from Genesis 1, verse 26. Then God said, let's make humankind in our image, according to our likeness, and let them have dominion. And please say the affirmation with me. The creative energy of spirit expresses through me. All right. And now for our meditation song, Be Free.
I'll be meek, be happy, be free. Freedom starts within. Freedom, freedom. Let it now begin. Freedom, freedom. happy. Be free. You be you. I'll be me. Be happy. Be free. Freedom starts within. Freedom, freedom. Let it now begin. Freedom, freedom. Be free. Be free. Be happy. Be free. You be you. I'll be me. Be happy. Be free.
You be you. A writer once said, be yourself because all the others are taken. So as we rest now in quietness and silence and open ourselves to the movement of spirit within us, I invite you just to be free in this moment, to let go of any concern or anxiety that you may have brought with you into this space. And open your heart and mind to the true freedom that is within you, that creative energy of spirit that expresses through you, as our daily word reminds us today. So take a deep breath. Hold it for just a moment. Release it. And just as you continue to pay attention to your breath and your breathing, allow that process just to anchor you ever more deeply within your own heart, within your own mind, within the center of your own being. Your authenticity resides here. Your true and holy and sacred self lives here. We remember the words of a medieval mystic. Good people, rooted in the sun, you shine with radiant light in this circle of earthly existence. You shine so finely it surpasses understanding. God hugs you. You are encircled in the arms of mystery. You are a radiant creation of God, holy, sacred. And this divine radiance lives in and through you. It is the truth of your being. It is quickened within every cell of your body. And you are whole. You are free from pain. You are well. This divine radiance that is within all creation is quickened within your mind, and you are blessed with insight and inspiration. This radiance, this radiant light of spirit, this divine essence is quickened within every fiber of your being, within every experience of your life. This divine radiance is who you are. This image, likeness, is your true self. And so as you rest now in quietness and silence, be still. Be still. Be still and know. be still and let this radiance that you are shine through you. Creator, sustainer, divine radiance, creative energy that shines in and through us. We thank you for this moment in which we have opened up our mind, our heart, our being, so that this divine radiance might shine ever more brightly in and through us. We thank you for the divine radiance that shines through all those around us, that is our true and authentic self. And we send a blessing, and with that blessing, a certain encouragement to the person to the left, the person to the right, the person in front of us, the person behind us, to allow that radiance to shine in and through them as well. And we send forth this divine light, this holy radiance into the world to do its good and perfect work, to heal and to bless, to transform, to uplift. And it is with a heart filled with gratitude and a being overflowing with thanksgiving that we say thank you, thank you, thank you, Spirit. And so it is, and so it shall ever be. Amen.
Okay. All right. Let's make sure it's, I'll keep talking a little bit here, just to make sure it's in the right spot. I found myself, since the last time that I was here, being a lot more consistent with daily meditations, and just found the importance of really taking time to slow down. And so this is a song that came from that, instead of some of the radio stations where you hear longer songs being sped up, just so there's, they have more commercial time. This is gonna slow down a little bit, so. Yeah. This is a song called Breathe and Flow. Let's make sure we got it, okay. All right. So I welcome people to close their eyes and just try to extend your breathing. I like 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out, but it's your breath, your choice. Take life slow. There's no need to run. Believe me, I know. Just breathe. I just breathe and flow. When I find the place that I like to go in my mind, I take life slow. There's no need to run. It's easy, I know. I know. I just breathe stay. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you so much. So on this Sunday before Halloween, rather than encouraging you to put on a mask, I'm asking that you take off your mask. I was truly blessed this week with a 3-night stay at Holy Wisdom Monastery, and it was the deep breath truly that I needed. And it was such a marvelous experience. I took several books with me. And usually my companions, my spiritual companions, that is my books that I take with me, are usually medieval mystics. I love those writings, usually women. And so I took Hildegard of Bingen, I took Julian of Norwich, early Renaissance, Teresa of Avila with me, and reread her book, Interior Castle. I attended the Liturgy of the Hours with the sisters, and on my last full day there, I was sitting with a couple of sister retreatants, fellow retreatants, and I had my book with me, and one of them asked what I was reading, and it was my Hildegard of Bingen. It was a compilation of her poems and prayers. Holy Wisdom Monastery is a Benedictine monastery, and Hildegard was also a Benedictine. She lived in the 11th, 12th centuries. She was an amazing woman. But this I'll tell you more about her in a moment, but this young woman who was questioning or asking, querying what I was reading said, "Oh, yes, medieval women, as one does on retreat, yes." It was sort of like a no duh, right? And if you haven't delved into those writings, certainly I encourage you to do so. Certainly their theological commitments are going to be a bit different than a unity crowd's, but this mystical core of what they write is so powerful. And as I was attending my retreat, as I was just taking that deep breath, I sort of decided to do a 3-part sort of survey class during Advent on 3 of these important women, and you'll hear more about that later, so stay tuned. But the true gift of that retreat was revisiting Hildegard of Bingen. She was, again, a Benedictine nun, a poet, a spiritual teacher, a musician. She wrote hymns. She lived in the 12th century in the Rhineland in what is now Germany. She was, again, a composer. She was a philosopher, a mystic, a visionary. She was also a medical writer and a healing practitioner, learning the use of botanicals in her work. She was really this sort of polymath. Women, as I've shared with you before, in the Middle Ages and in the Renaissance, and perhaps even up into almost this contemporary modern age, found more freedom in a monastery, cloistered, than they did in marriage, because they were educated, they could write, they could read. And so she found more freedom there than marriage could offer her at the time. And that's true as well about Teresa of Avila. Her father tried to marry her off to someone, and she refused and entered a convent. So the focus of Hildegard's visionary theology is this idea of divine radiance and what that means for creation. These words truly touched me as I reread them. Good people, most royal greening verdancy, rooted in the sun, you shine with a radiant light in the circle of earthly existence. You shine so finely, it surpasses understanding. God hugs you. You are encircled in the arms of mystery. And I love that. But she also wrote, there is no creation that does not have radiance, be it greenness of seed, blossom, or beauty. It could not be creation without it. All of creation is imbued with, all of creation is created from this divine radiance. That is who and what you are. You are this image of God made manifest. And certainly our divine radiance, this radiance that is the truth of our being, does not express through us in the same way. Our souls, our intentions become the prism through which this divine radiance expresses. Do you remember that song by Cyndi Lauper, True Colors? I see your true colors shining through. Well, that's what I'm talking about. And sometimes we obstruct those true colors. Sometimes we obstruct this divine radiance from expressing through us in its most authentic way as our genuine self. As you know, I'm an Allman Brothers fan. And one of my favorite songs is a song called Soul Shine. And I love these words. Well, you got to let your soul shine. It's better than sunshine. It's better than moonshine. And it's damn sure better than the rain. We need and we must, and I encourage you to let your soul shine, to be authentically who you are called to be in your authentic self. And I invite you today to be in that space of self-acceptance, to be open to how this divine radiance seeks and wants and intends to express in and through you. The writer Brené Brown wrote, "Authenticity is the daily practice of letting go of who we think we're supposed to be and embracing who we are." And for me, a woman of a certain age, I've certainly had those expectations of how I'm supposed to be foisted upon me. And it's up to us as to whether we accept those in our lives or not. Culturally, often there are these supposed tos that are required, expected of us. And as I've said before, there's a certain decorum that we have with certain people that's appropriate, and we are a bit more open with others. And I'm not saying just let it all hang out. Please hear that. But what I'm saying to you is let something of who and what you are, you've heard me say this so often, let something of who and what you are, let something of this divine radiance be seen and expressed within every experience of your life. Let your light lift others too. Let it shine through you. Let it lift you into a celebration of who you are. You know, this requires some companions on the path as well. To be safe, to be in a safe space, to be authentically who you are. And certainly that is our intention, that is our prayer, that you find that space here to be authentically who you are and to be loved and to find companions on your spiritual journey. And when Jesus began his ministry, he knew he needed those companions on the path. And so what is one of the first things he did? He called to him his disciples. And the same is true with us. God walks with us and through us on this spiritual path of unfoldment. We need companions on the way. We need companions on the path who celebrate us. And certainly we must celebrate ourselves. That is the priority, to accept ourselves for who and what we are. But to have companions who walk with us in this journey is important. Teresa of Avila, as I was reminded as I read her seminal work, Interior Castle, last week again. Now, Teresa of Avila indeed has very different theological commitments than me. Her theology is different. So in her writings, you will find things like demons and devils and angels and interesting things. So don't read that right before you go to sleep at night. Because you will have interesting dreams. I will tell you, my dreams on Wednesday night were kind of interesting. But as we look at that in a Jungian sense, if we look at that as kind of an archetypal metaphor or symbol of what goes on in our own awareness, that when we allow ourselves to finally affirm our divine radiance, there are some things that get in the way of that we need to face. Perhaps those dragons in our lives, those old ways of being, those old ways of thinking that need to be healed so that we can move ever more fully into the expression of our divine radiance, this idea of letting go. And our spiritual companions on this spiritual journey are so important for us as we move through that experience. Teresa of Avila had a true soul companion, John of the Cross. She was a Carmelite nun. He was a Carmelite friar. And he and Teresa instituted many reformations in the religious orders and established several monasteries. And they provided great intellectual and spiritual and emotional support for one another. And John of the Cross's poetic writings, we find this term of dark night of the soul, and we've all heard that. We perhaps use it, and maybe you don't know where it came from, the dark night of the soul. And so we need to, and I encourage you to find those spiritual companions in your life who celebrate you as the authentic spiritual being that you are, so that when you move through these dark nights of the soul, this is best understood as letting go of our ego's hold on our consciousness and making room for a shift that can bring complete transformation. Then those spiritual companions support us in that process as we let go of anything in our consciousness that is antithetical to this new awareness, to give us feedback and not judgment. The dark night of the soul is often misunderstood. It is a time of gestation. That's the way he speaks of it. It's a time of gestation. It's a time of being in the womb. It's time of rebirth. That's what the culmination of the dark night of the soul is all about. And often we need to move through this. We sometimes want to take a spiritual bypass, to overstep or to step over doing that work, but we find that we just have to do it at some point, and sometimes at a time when it's most inconvenient to do. You know, I think our country is kind of going through this dark night of the soul right now. And collectively, we can't do a spiritual bypass. This is a time we need to move through. I have odd ways of saying some things sometimes, and I chalk it up to coming from the South, perhaps. But I'm fixing to go to the store. Will you carry me to the store, right? I also say this. I need to double check something that I haven't checked the first time yet. Anybody else do that? And here's another one. I will say this to Don often when he's going out on an errand. Don't forget to remember. So what I am intending today is to invite you not to forget, but to remember. Don't forget to remember who you are in truth, that God is within you, that this divine radiance shines in and through you, that God is particularized in each and every one of you. Imelda Shanklin, again, you'll hear me every other Sunday quote this: "You are a soul that has forgotten its divine identity, a soul now struggling to remember in the mists of time and in the confusion of experience that you are a living creation of the living God." That's who you are. That is your true and authentic self. And I see your radiance, and I certainly encourage you to open yourself to that divine radiance within you. You know, as I think of this dark night of the soul, this time of gestation that our country is moving through right now, I have some concerns about our LGBTQAI folks, that community, particularly the youth, and immigrants. Immigrants are being dehumanized. The black and brown ones are. As you know, I've traveled to Guatemala many times, and there's a reason they come to the U.S., let me tell you. And it isn't to perpetrate crime. It's to feed their children. It's to simply have water to bathe them. I've been in Guatemalan homes where you have to scoop off the parasites on top of the bucket of water that they have walked 1.5 miles to get out of a polluted stream. And this is what they drink, and this is what they bathe their children in. I was part of a group that put a well into a village, and we bought a big diesel engine to power the pump and had it installed. And they were so creative. They ran this PVC pipe. It was like this web, spider web, going to all the little villages down the mountainside. And they were so excited. And the first thing we were told they did with that fresh water was bathe their children. And in that village, I will tell you also that if you go to a Guatemalan home that's made out of 20 sheets of corrugated tin that has a dirt floor, you will get the last morsel of food in their house because that's who they are. They love and they welcome. But they also brag when they have water. And when only a couple of people in their village have gone to the United States, they brag about that. Because these folks want to stay with their families in their culture. And so to dehumanize them, to call them animals, is beyond my conception and my experience. And it certainly is well beyond the teachings of Jesus. They are expressions of divine radiance too. And to our LGBTQAI plus youth, I cannot imagine what you must be feeling now, coupled with the anxiety that you are already feeling. Here are some statistics from the Trevor Project, and these are probably a year or more old, so I'm not sure if these are current. Suicide is the second leading cause of death among young people ages 10 to 24. LGBTQAI plus youth seriously contemplate suicide at almost 3 times the rate of heterosexual youth. LGBTQAI youth are almost 5 times as likely to have attempted suicide compared to heterosexual youth. In a national study, 40% of transgender adults reported having made a suicide attempt. 92% of these individuals reported having attempted suicide before the age of 25. LGBTQAI youth who come from highly rejecting families are 8 times as likely to have attempted suicide as their peers who reported no or low levels of family rejection. And each episode of LGBTQAI victimization, such as physical or verbal harassment or abuse, increased the likelihood of self-harm behavior by 2.5 times on average. And more than 1 in 4 trans people have experienced a bias-driven assault, and rates are higher for trans women and trans women of color. And so I think it's up to us who come into spaces like this to affirm and to encourage and to put feet on our prayers, and I might be stepping over the line at the ballot box, to affirm the radiance in all people. I was touched by a statement by the Evangelical Lutheran Church of America, their bishops. We, the members of the Conference of Bishops of the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America, speak with one voice to condemn the hateful, deceptive, violent speech that has so readily found a place in our national discourse. We lament the ways this language has led to hate-fueled action, and we refuse to accept the ongoing normalization of lies and deceit. How good it would be if all who call themselves followers of Jesus would make those same statements. So that we give permission for the radiance that is the divine within all of humanity, within all of creation, their authentic and real selves to shine, to allow others to be who they are, and to stop creating them into some monstrous creation that we need to be afraid of. So let's let our light shine, but let's also give permission and opportunity for others to do that as well. Because your authentic self is needed in this world right now. Your authentic self is needed as we move through this dark night of our collective soul, so that we come through with a rebirth, a reawakening of love and hope and acceptance. So unmask your creative self. Let your divine radiance shine through you. God bless you.
Just with where you've been emotionally lately, if you're in a really good place, if you know of somebody else in your life that you love, that you'd like to have more peace, I welcome you to bring that person into your mind's eye. Otherwise, if you are the one that's been razzled lately, this is for you. This is a song called In All of the Days. In all of the days gone by, in all of the tears we cried, I choose to remember with a smile. Oh, why? 'Cause I'm only here a little while. In all of the days gone past, in all of the ways we laugh, I choose to remember with a smile. Oh, why? 'Cause you're only here a little 'Cause I'm only here a little while, and you're only here a little while. We're only here, a little while. Namaste.
I almost didn't get up after that one. Thank you, Reverend Debra. I appreciate your time. And thank you, Joe Fred. All right, so now is the time that we speech deficit after that. Now is the time that we prepare to receive our tithes and offerings. So if you would place them in your hands or over your heart as we affirm our offertory blessing. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God. And now for our offertory song, and ushers can come forward.
All that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive is blessed and multiplied by divine love. Divine love flows through me. All that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive is blessed and multiplied by divine love. Divine love flows through me.
And if the ushers will come forward.
Freely we give, gratefully receive. We are so grateful, God, for this magnificent expression of abundance. We dedicate and we consecrate these tithes, gifts, and these offerings to the will and the work and the way of the Christ as it expresses through this ministry of love and service. And so it is. Amen. And let's stand and join together in singing, Let There Be Peace on Earth.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be with God our Creator. Family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take,
we go forth from this place today, we affirm and know that we are radiant beings and that divine radiance shines in and through us. And we remember to be kind, to be brave, to be just, to be compassionate, to be hopeful, to just be. And we affirm for ourselves and for everyone on the planet the prayer for protection together. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.